Good morning, everybody! On this wonderful Saturday morning, I decided to make myself a shot glass. I do not drink, but I got my hands on a maple tree branch, so after some thought, I decided that I will make a cup out of it. But since it was too thin, I thought, okay, I'll go with a shot glass. And this is where you will realize that I do not drink, nor have I even seen a shot glass. First off, of course, I churned it until all the bark was removed. And right after, I proceeded to make sure the ends are even so I can put it on a chuck properly. I have got myself a nice set of Frostner bits, so I'm using smaller bit and slowly moving on to the larger ones since I was afraid to start with the larger one right away. I'm not too sure, but maybe using larger one right away is fine. However, the Frostner bit itself was heating up like crazy and it generated a lot of heat, so I was concerned about starting a fire since the sawdust that was coming out would be all charred and black. But I managed to bore a hole and I will be using that for the cup, so all good so far. After being content with the hole I bore, I used the chisel just to smooth out the inside and give it more of a curve, and also get rid of a punch hole at the bottom that Frostner bit left. This process was actually quite enjoyable, though I had a lot of difficulty navigating now with the chisel in such tight fitting space, but it worked out. And this is where the real difficulty struck me, sanding. It was very hard to sand this cup. I wanted to get inside of the cup to a nice 600 or 1000 grit shine. However, I couldn't shove my finger in properly to get all the walls. Thankfully, I was wearing gloves. Without them, my fingers would probably be all bloody. It was just way too hard. At the end of the day, after much suffering though, I did manage to sand it to 400 grit. The best part of this whole build was oiling process. I was surprised how little oil I actually needed for this cup. All my previous builds, even spinning tops, drank oil like no tomorrow. However, with this cup, it just had a small sip of oil and that's all it wanted. At the end, I decided that I wanted to give this cup a nice base, so I proceeded to create this groove you see before you. Unfortunately, I made the base a bit too close to the end of the wood, but it did work out in the end. I sanded it all down and cut the cup off. And for the base part of it, I decided to concave it a little bit, just like I do with all of my spinning top plates. So I did that, then I sanded it even more, oiled everything, and voila, the cup was ready. I understand that this is not a shot glass like I originally intended for it to be. I did Google afterwards what a shot glass should look like after this, and yeah, this is not it. But still, I like the cup that I made, and I like how it changes shades based on how much light hits it. I was very surprised that it worked out and the wood didn't bend afterwards, since this was a very freshly cut branch that was still green. I will continue experimenting with the rest of this branch in the upcoming week, and I'll try to make maybe another shot glass, who knows. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you have advice, please let me know and teach me of your ways, and I will see you next week. Bye bye!